Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you've never been with me before, let me tell you a little bit about what we do here. I am a love coach specifically for women who want to stay and reconcile after infidelity, not stay and be miserable, not stay just for the kids. You want to stay because this is your person. You want to be with them and you want to find a way to forgive. Even though everybody tells you that that's absolutely impossible, you can't possibly do it. I'm here to tell you that you actually can. I did it. I know for certain that you can do it because I did it 16 years ago. My husband was a serial cheater. Okay. You can get past that. All right. We are 16 years better. Okay. Everything has been better and better and better over the years using what I'm going to teach you during the Healing Hour Live. All right. So if you are here with me, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, make sure you give me subscribe, follow, do all of the things. Let the algorithms know that you really like me. Okay. And then I'm giving you something valuable here. I know you want to stay and work this out. I know that you feel like you shouldn't want to do that. I know that that completely makes sense. But if this is the person for you, then why shouldn't you? If you can work it out, why shouldn't you? So I am totally for you. I am on your side. I am on your team. I believe that it can happen and I know how to get you there. So come on along the healing path with me, okay? All right. So, first things first, it is almost the full moon. All right. We need to have this talk every month. All right. I need you to understand that the full moon does affect you. Okay. You will start to feel more emotionally volatile at this time. I am like the third day before the full moon yesterday. I am so sleepy I can barely keep my eyes open. And it makes me kind of dumb because I forget almost every time. Like, why am I so sleepy? Because the moon is messing with me. All right. The moon will make you feel like everything is wrong. Like you'll start nitpicking, you'll start complaining, everything will feel a little bit off, and you'll feel like everything is kind of magnified. And it's just the moon, it's just the effect of the moon pulling on you. I know people think that that's kind of woo woo, but I worked as a nurse for over 20 years. And trust me when I say the full moon shifts are bad. All right. It's a whole other level then. All right. So I applied that to my regular life. I started paying attention to when that moon is full. The people that I work with, all my clients, start to get a little bit more edgy, start to feel a little some kind of way, or could feel great, could feel absolutely wonderful. It's like this wash of, oh, I love him so much, and I'm getting it. It can go either way. So I just want you to be aware of that. We're on the countdown now. We got 2 more days left. On the 24th, 7:30 in the morning, it'll be all the way full. So just know, in the meantime, for this entire week, just let it go. Whatever it is, blame it on the moon. It's messing with you. Whatever it is isn't real. Okay? Just automatically assume that. After this week, you can believe it's real all you want to, but this week in particular, do not believe that it's real. Okay? All right. All right. And then Joni said, I truly do see a difference when this happens. It is amazing. And you will forget about it because you don't think that much about it. I happened to see the moon last night coming in from work. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. All right. So I'm feeling like this. It just automatically affects you, and people just don't recognize it as a monthly thing, but it's just like your own cycle every month. It makes you a little emotional. Hey, Mama Con, how you doing over there with the full moon coming? The full moon will be here in 2 days. Hey, girl, I just remember the full moon is upcoming. It's gonna mess with you. Don't let it mess with you. All right. Just talking about that. It just drives me nuts. I'm trying to tell you like that. Third day, I'm so sleepy I cannot think. I just want to lay down all the time. I can't think about anything. Like anything that I start to do, I'm kind of dumb about. It's just ridiculous. It really is. Hold on, so I can't see the comment. Where did it go? Come on, there we go. All right, who's that? Karen. He said that's why I'm on edge. I'm so triggered today, feeling that anxiety again. That's what it is. It's the moon. It is messing with you. Okay, it is not you. It is not even the situation. Your anxiety is being tugged on by that moon filling up. It's the weirdest thing. When I was working in hospitals, that's when the babies are going to be born. They're going to bust through the doors. We're going to be busting at the seams with some babies because the moon is full. It is just, it affects us as human beings. I guess, it affects everything on the planet. It affects, the tides, and it affects the animals. And it makes sense that it affects us, but it's just weird that it does. It's like even more proof that this is a simulation because the moon can mess with your emotions. But truly, just believe that it's the moon today, Karen. Relax yourself, take good care of yourself, make sure you're doing lots and lots of self-care, eating good food, drink lots of water. Please drink your water. My water, this is like my third one today. Drink your doggone water, okay? You're gonna feel better if you do those basic things, okay? Oh, just take care of yourself. All righty. Spill water on myself. All right. So glad you all are here. Everybody that's here, give me likes, give me love. Let me know that you're here. Let the algorithm know that you love me. All right. Let me see it. All right, so we're going to go through our normal stuff. I always tell you the same things at the beginning because I want you doing these things, okay? I need you to follow through. I need you to be doing them on a regular basis because they start to help almost immediately. And then you can start to work on other stuff. It's getting your emotions back regulated. When you've gone through this trauma, okay, there are phases that we go through as we're healing from this. We've got the devastation phase. The devastation phase is I just found out it's just past D-Day. I am in a pile on the floor because I just don't have bones anymore because this devastating thing has happened to me. All right. They got that devastation phase. As we are coming out of the devastation phase, we're facing the regulation phase. We are trying to get our emotions regulated because it's a roller coaster, right? We're all ups and downs and anxiety and just randomness. So we've got to collect ourselves up off the ground. That's the regulation phase. We got to get to our feet again. We got to hold on to our marbles for a little while. Then you can move on to other things like the next phase after that. After we've gone through devastation, we've got the regulation. Then you got to go back to your relationship and do recreation. Now we've got to get together. We've got to link up. We've got to think of new boundaries, new rules. We've got to make this relationship modern, make it fresh. We got to recreate it from where we were. Then, as you get to do that, you enter into the celebration phase. As that phase has come to an end, and you have recreated this relationship, and it's feeling pretty good, you get to celebrate that you did that and start to close the chapter on this trauma. You get to start to move past it, and then after that is the oh goodness, this is the best phase. Absolutely. You get to be the influence phase. You get to influencing somebody else. You get to tell this story, tell this horror story about what happened to you, but it's somebody else's roadmap to getting out of the woods, to getting out of the darkness and coming back to the light. So it's cool that you get to the celebration phase, but we want to get the inspiration phase. We want to get to the phase where we are telling this story without it hurting us. All right. Being able to share it, being able to say, hey, this happened to me. I am a woman, just like lots of other women. This happened to me, and I didn't follow the typical advice. I did something different. All right. That's where we're trying to go with this. But right now, most people that I work with are in that regulation phase, trying to gather it all up, get it all together. All right. And that's what all of these things that I tell you about every week are to do. They are to regulate these emotions, to even you out. So then you can go back and start recreating the relationship. You can't get to that part unless you can start regulating these emotions because these emotions are real volatile. You will jump on him, you will get mad, you will flip out easily, and then it's harder to work on the relationship. Does that make sense? why we do this every single week. All right. I want you to know that there is a reason for it. There is an absolute reason that we're doing it like that every week. Okay. I want you to be doing this every single day. First thing, do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Karen, you may need to do your deep breathing with me right now. Mama Khan, hopefully you're ready to do your deep breathing with me right now. We need to be doing this 5 times a day. This needs to be a regular practice. This needs to be something that you are doing constantly so that your body knows that you are in charge. When you have a traumatic reaction, when you have that fight or flight instinct, it's all automatic. Your brain does that by itself. You don't have to even be consciously aware of it. So if you are taking your consciousness and focusing on your breathing, that counteracts that reaction. Slow, deep breathing is the opposite of panicked breathing. That shallow, not getting enough oxygen in, not letting enough carbon dioxide out breathing that you do when you're panicked. Complete opposite. That's all you have to do to convince your brain that you're in control. And then it stops throwing you all that adrenaline. It stops throwing you all those terrible ideas that something bad is going to happen because, oh, she's in control. She's got this. All right. So we're going to do our deep breathing. I want you to do it along with me. What we do is 4-7-8 breathing. What you're going to do is blow out, try and deflate your lungs. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 7, and then blow out like you're blowing out a whole cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. Now, try to breathe through your nose. If you cannot inhale through your nose, it's okay. Just inhale through your mouth, but it is helpful to warm that air through your nose to make it be a little bit more relaxing. All right. But I got allergies. I know other people do too. So sometimes you can't do that. All right. So we're going to do our deep breathing. What we're going to do is 4-7-8. We're going to do it 3 times for the sake of time. All right. So first things first, blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How do you feel when you do your deep breathing? Should feel pretty good. Some people get a little sleepy. Some people get a little wired. It just depends on how your body needed to use that oxygen. If you haven't been getting enough oxygen in, you might get a little sleepy getting all that oxygen to your brain. Or if you haven't been getting enough oxygen, your body might be jazzed up because you got so much oxygen now. So either way, it's going to make you feel good. And it's going to convince your brain that you are not afraid, that there is nothing to be afraid of, that you are safe, that you can heal. All right. Second thing that I'm always going to tell you every time we get together, do your journaling. Have you done your journaling today? You need to have at least done once in the morning, 5 minutes, once in the evening, 5 minutes. I'm not asking for a book, okay? That is super unnecessary. We don't need a whole book, okay? What we need is exploring your feelings, thinking about how the day is going to unfold, what could possibly trigger you, what you can do to handle that trigger, what are things that you're anticipating, and then at the end of the day, if things haven't unfolded the way that you thought they would, or there's still something that's on your mind, you can put that down, put it down in the journal, and get ready to go to bed, and your brain will work on that problem in the night while you're sleeping. So either way, first thing in the morning and at night, they're both good for you. You can do that about 5 minutes. paragraph. It does not have to be an entire page worth of writing. I don't want you to get discouraged by thinking it has to be a lot. Just about 5 minutes. Set 5 minutes on your alarm and see how much better it feels. All right. So, couple things about the journal. Doesn't matter what kind of journal you use. This is the one that I got with me at the moment, but this is like 99 cents at Walmart. Does not matter what kind of journal you use as long as you're doing several things. Number one, put your date and your time. You need to know that, all right? I had a whole journal that I did not put the dates and times in, and I went back and it was years later, and then I was like, oh, I don't know when any of this was because I didn't put any dates and times. I wasn't a professional journaler like I am now. So if you do that, you will be able to make connections. You will show yourself, okay, this happens around the full moon every month. This is how I feel. I start to get a little anxious. I start to complain. I don't complain about anything. You see how calm I am about most things. I ain't complain for just no reason. Just everything annoys me. Everything is just is aggravating to me if it's the full moon. I know that because the dates and the times match up. All right. I know how I feel around that time. You will know it and you can anticipate it, and then you don't ruin your day or anybody else's day by not being aware of that. All right. Then the other thing that you need in your journal every single time, you need a level of anxiety. All right. 0 to 10. Zero is no anxiety whatsoever. You are feeling great. All is right with the world. All right. Wonderful. Write that down if you feel like that. You need to know that you have 0 days. You need to know that you have days where you are not on edge, things are going well, you're feeling good. Because that's one of the things that your journal will help reveal to you, that not all days are bad days. And then there's a 10. 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. All right. That is a loss of control, if you didn't know. A loss of control. You're probably not sitting down writing in your journal, right? You are probably screaming. You are probably throwing things. You are probably breaking something if you are at a loss of control. If you are not at that point, don't write down a 10. You might be an 8, you might be a 9, you might be a 9.9, but you're not at a 10 if you are not losing control of yourself. All right. Then, if you are paying attention to this, you will see the patterns emerge. You will be able to tell how you're going to feel before you feel that way. Wouldn't that be super handy? That would be super handy to help you heal, right? So you need to be doing this on a regular basis. Y'all with me? Everybody with me still on doing the journaling? Let me know. How do you are you been journaling, Karen? You been journaling? You been feeling good with that? Who else is here? Um, who else? Let me see. I see Elise. Hey, Elise. I see you over there. It's more than just y'all here, isn't it? Let me know. How's your journaling going? Joni's here. Yes, let me know how your journaling is going. Do you feel like you get some stuff out? Do you feel like it makes you feel a little bit better? I enjoy it. I journal at least. I don't do twice a day anymore. I usually could do like once a day and then I kind of review it at night instead of actually writing some more. But yeah, it's excellent for getting clear, getting your mind together, and for remembering things because in the midst of trauma, your memory sucks. And if you don't write it down, you're probably going to forget, right? All right. Third thing that I'm always going to ask you to do, that I want you to make a practice in your life, is for Thirsty Thursday, I need you to get an attitude of gratitude. Okay. I need you to work on that. I need that to be your thing. I need you to be looking for reasons to be grateful. I need you to be seeking them out. I need you to be writing them down in your journal, at least like 5 of them a day. Okay. Just things that you appreciate in the moment. You will be surprised how beautiful it is when you go back and read through the list of things that you have to be grateful for. It will move you to tears. I, I will put a stamp on that. I'll put a guarantee on that. If you happen to be a type of person that gets moved to tears, if you take for about a month, 2 months, and write down everything that you can think to be grateful for, things as they happen, write them down in your journal, and then go back and read them, you are going to be so moved by all the beauty that is in your life. And that is how we're going to start to heal, paying attention to that beauty instead of paying attention to the ugliness. Yes, bad things happen. Yes, they do. That is absolute guarantee. But what we grow from is how we handle it, how we get past it, how we see the good even after the bad. All right. So being grateful is a way to do that. And being grateful is a great way to get from misery out of misery. You don't have to get all the way to happiness, but it's better than misery. If you can get in a miserable place and reach for a thought that feels just a little bit better, something you're a little bit grateful for, you will not be as miserable. All right. So we need to practice that. That needs to be an everyday practice. You need to be every day writing down something to be grateful for. So since you're here with me, I know you got something to be grateful for. Go ahead and post it in the comments so I can see what good things that you are grateful for this week. All right? Let me know. Let me know. It is so weird. On Facebook, the camera looks awful. It looks terrible and grainy. But then on StreamYard, it looks crystal clear. It's so weird to me. But anyway, I digress. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, anybody got good stuff? Tell me something good. Tell me something wonderful that has happened for you this week that you're like, oh, this is great stuff. Oh, goodness. I got to hold an infant this week. I got to hold a brand new baby, like 3 days old, brand new. One of my girlfriends, her sister had her baby, and oh, just the littlest, teeniest, tiniest feet. Oh, that is one thing I'm grateful for is new baby smell and how itty bitty their feet and their toes are. I am grateful for that every day. All right. You all let me know if you got something positive. You know I'll shout you out. All right. Last thing. Always want to tell you, always want to remind you, please stop asking all those stupid questions. Oh, you can't keep asking questions. You're going to stress yourself right out. You really are. All right. Oh, at least you said hubby and I took a trip from freezing New York to 80-degree Florida last week. That right there. That's all types of being grateful right there. We had an amazing time. We took the cutest photos on the beach. I am just so thankful. We also celebrated our daughter's second birthday on Tuesday. I am so blessed for my little family. You love this little life, don't you, Elise? I know that's right. I know there's nothing like changing the weather. There is nothing like that. That's queen stuff right there. That's right there. How you know you're queen? You just jumped up and changed the weather for yourself. Beautiful, good job. And baby's second birthday. I hope she had a really happy birthday. I know y'all have had a ball. There is such good stuff when they're little like that, and you're doing their parties because a lot of it's for you. A lot of it is for you. As they get older, it gets to be for them. But oh man, when they're little, oh, it's mostly for you. It's just getting to see them smash cake and open presents. It's good stuff. Mama Khan said this week we started cherish journals every day. We each write something that was done or said by the other to make us feel cherished. I know that's right, Mama Khan. Look, I did not have my journal on me. My husband and I were just, laughing hysterically the other night. And he said something that made me feel so squidgy inside that I could barely stand it. I mean, it made me cringe because I felt it so strongly, but I could not remember the next morning what he said. But I remember how it made me feel. So one of these days he'll think of it. He'll remember what it was he said. But I was like, oh, he knows me so well. He cherishes me. I know he loves me. I was sure of it in that moment, but I could not remember because we were laughing so hard, so hysterically. I cannot remember what it was he said. Sherry said, but I love that, Mama Khan. I love the journal, writing it down, having it solid. I love you, you love me. This is what's going on. This is why I feel like that. I love that. That's a good thing to do. It's a really good practice to write it down and have it so it's solid for the other person to actually pick up and look at. It makes you feel good. And then, be careful, because he's probably going to word things a lot more simply than you do. Don't think that he is not feeling the depth of emotion that you do. When men and women are just different as far as communication styles and use of words. They're going to say the same sentiment in a lot less words. So don't I just want to warn you about that going forward, because he'll say something that is really, really like endearing to him, but it'll be so short and you'll be like, well, what? It's because that's the way their brains operate. So try and like read between the lines, okay? All right, let's see. Sherry said, I'm grateful for my kids and grandson, grateful for my job, and that I made it through my work days. I know that's right, girl. Grateful that my husband is not giving up on us and is working in counseling. Hey. And grateful for hope. I am so grateful for hope too, Sherry. I really am. I love hope. Just, just a little bit in your day. You just need that. If you got just a little bit of hope, you can get through. Things are gonna be okay if you got a little bit of hope with you. All right, I am grateful for that. Right alongside you. All right, fantastic. I love to hear good news. You know, I love to hear good stuff from you all. I love to shout out the wonderful things that are happening, because the thing is, if you share that light, other people get inspired. Other people are like, well, yes, I have that too. Huh, that's one thing I can be grateful for. And it starts to spread just the same way that negativity can spread. You got to be very conscious about spreading positivity instead of just negativity. All right. All right. So back to the last thing. I need you to stop asking all those questions, okay? I know you want to know. I know you want to know the answers. I know that your brain tells you, I cannot heal until you tell me all the answers. I'm here to tell you that your brain is lying, okay? Your brain is telling you that to give you incentive to keep asking the questions so that it can gather as much information about this situation as it possibly can. It is not doing that to heal you. It is doing that to keep reminding you of how bad this situation is, how bad it hurt, and then trying to stop you from crossing that bridge again, getting close again. All right. That's what your brain is actually doing when it's like, I need answers. That's what it's doing. It's trying to separate you, it's trying to isolate you. That's what your brain does. If you are feeling fearful, it does not want you to connect with other people. It wants you to be afraid and run away, hide, be away. All right. But that's not what we want. That's not what we're going for here. We want to reconnect. We don't want to be separated. So you got to stop asking all those questions. All right. First and foremost, if you absolutely can't do it, or if you are just, your brain has just been screaming all week that you need to ask some questions, or if it's the full moon or the 3 days before, the 2 days after, and you want to ask something, all right, do this instead. The and, THEAND, the and. It's by The Skin Deep. And you can find that on Amazon, THEAND. If you put that in the search, it pops right up. They're about 30 bucks. It's 199 cards. And this is a whole bunch of conversations, because we have been working on that one box for about 2.5 years now, I think. I don't know. It might be longer than that, truth be told, because I think I started doing this during the pandemic. So I think we might be past that right now. I think I may have gone through all of the questions once. I have not gone through all of them twice. I have not. Excellent questions to sit down with your honey and just communicate. Not talking about what happened, not talking about the pain. We need a regular conversation. And for this one, it's the healing edition. So the questions that we ask lean towards that. But there are other ones. There's like a long-term couples edition. I think there's parents and kids. You can get other ones, but this one in particular, if you're trying to heal, this is a good one. All right. So let me give you a few of these questions. what pattern do you see in me that limits our ability to grow together? Ooh, boy. Now, you might be a little hot about this answer, okay? He may say something to you that you may not like when you ask this question. However, I want you to hold on. I want you to hold on and really think about it. Okay, really consider what pattern do you see in me that limits our ability to grow together? What he sees you doing, because he can see overall patterns with you just like you can see overall patterns with him. All right, so you'd have to listen to that. If you wanted to ask that question, you'd actually have to listen to the answer. All right, Sherry, they are the and. That's what it's called. THEAND. I know it's a weird name, right? The and that's what the brand name is, and this is the Healing Edition. But that's all you got to do is put in THEAND in the search in Amazon. Pops right up. All right, it's really good questions. All right, so what pattern do you see in me that limits our ability to grow together? I know you probably see plenty of patterns in him, right? But ooh, can you take the heat if he notices a pattern in you? And are you ready to go ahead and change that pattern if he does happen to notice it? See, these questions are much better questions because they're challenging for both of you. It is not just, oh, he's terrible and oh, you're perfect. It's not that, okay? It is, hey, this is a relationship. We both can work on it. We both can do better. What do you see that I can do? And I'll tell you what I see that you can do. All right. All right. The next one is going to be, what's the one thing you really want me to understand about you? Isn't that a good question? Isn't that a better question than the things that you want to ask him? Truth be told, what's the one thing you really want me to understand about you? Don't you want to understand more than you want to accuse and more than you want to jump on him and come down on his head? Don't you want to find out the answer to that question more than you want to know what positions they had sex in? It would not be better for you. Would not be better for your peace of mind to understand something about him that you didn't understand before? If you're going to ask a question, ask a good one. All right. Last one. What do you hope your love feels like? I remember this one. That's a good question. What do you hope your love feels like? What do you hope your love feels like? Give me an answer on that one. I hope my love is all warm and squishy, and but it's firm when you need it to be. It'll hold you up, but for the most part, it'll wrap you up in softness and warmth and smell good and peace and happiness. Hopefully, that's what my love feels like. How does it feel to you? What do you hope that your love feels like? This is a really good question as far as picturing what you want your life to look like with this person. That's a good one right there. Every day focusing on having your love be this consistency, whatever consistency it is that you want. How do you hope my how do you hope your love feels? What do you hope your love feels like? That's a good question. All right. All right, say. I hope my love feels safe, Sherry. Yes. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hope it feels like, oh, it's got you. It's wrapped you up. It's got you secure. Oh, I love that. I love that. I hope my love feels like that too. All right, let's see. So that's all the basics. All the stuff that I'm going to tell you every single time we talk. All right, but I got questions. If you got questions, post your questions. Let me know. I want to hear them. I want to talk to you about this stuff. All right. All right, let's see. I got a question from M. M, are you here? Are you with us tonight, M? Because this got a little deep. This got a little complex. And I asked for questions about what you'd like me to talk about tonight, about healing. And she said, does it have to be personal healing, or is it possible to heal someone from an illusion they have created for themselves, where they are valid in their mind and their actions they've taken against you? And I had to get a little into that because I was like, are you asking if you can heal the other person from their own thoughts, validating their negative actions, and why do they think that they are valid in their actions? All right, so let me answer that first question. If that is something that you have been having on your mind, you can't heal someone else. All right, you can only heal yourself, take responsibility for yourself. Whatever your issue is, whatever your part in this entire scenario is, you can only be responsible for your part and heal yourself. Other people can see you do that. He can see you, he can watch you do it, find out how you do it, and then work on that himself. I think what you're saying to me is that he is it in his head that he was justified in treating you bad because of X, Y, and Z. Whatever it is that he felt like he was validated in cheating and being bad for. You can't make that go away. You can't crawl in somebody else's head and tinker around and make them believe something. However, what you can do is be the embodiment of healing, show them how to heal, and then keep on walking your path and trust that they will heal their own crap in their own time. Because that's not your responsibility to try and heal somebody else. That is not your responsibility, especially in this situation where you've been hurt. He can say that, okay, you could have been an absolutely terrible wife, but the thing is, you're only responsible for your own behavior. So you could say, oh, you were just a terrible mate to me, but that doesn't excuse the fact that he still did something wrong. All right, that is where you have to make that line and decide that, okay, I'm going to take responsibility for my part. Maybe I wasn't the best of wives or whatever. I can take responsibility for that. I can work on that. What I aspire to, I can be working on that because that's what I want for myself anyway. All right, you can do that, but you can't take an idea out of their head and try and make them feel like they're not justified. The same way you feel justified in making him answer your questions, talking about it a lot, telling him how bad you're hurt. You feel justified in that. And from the perspective of the other person, that is, you're feeling justified in just hurting me. That is what they're feeling when you're doing that. So we got to work on not feeling so justified about anything. All right. When you're doing something and you feel like you have justification to do it, well, you were wrong because that was what you wanted to go dig into. He had some problems with, you're saying that he's had been on hard drugs, he had some brain damage, listening to somebody who was saying that they were a psychologist. You're still saying that no matter what, he should have known better. He should take responsibility for his part. That's probably what he feels about you too. And that's really all you can do. It's not a matter of you were responsible for his problem, for him doing the wrong thing. It's never that. It's just the fact that you've got your own things that you can work on. And as you work on them, you show him that that is what your values are. You are seeing that you did something and you're like, okay, I can work on that. I can do my part on that. I can change that. Even if they don't benefit from it, you still benefit from it. All right. So you can't get somebody to like change their own narrative. You can't crawl in their brain and make it be different. All you can do is work on your healing and hope that they follow suit and work on their healing. And typically that's the way it works. That's why I only work with the women that this has happened to, because as you heal, it moves him along the healing path right alongside you. Not right neck and neck, but he's like right behind you, coming along down the path just like you are. So he said you don't want anything, you just want them to accept their part. Stop trying to get him to accept his part. That's how you get that to happen. You let that go. Because he's not stupid. He knows damn well what his part was. You arguing about it just makes him feel like he's justified in not accepting it and not saying that he's sorry, not acting like he's remorseful for his part. So, and you're saying he's tormenting you and your children, but if you keep on trying to make him accept his part, then you're kind of tormenting him too. So stop the torment on your end. You can only do something about what you're doing. So I say stop that torment on your end. Do not keep on trying to convince him that his narrative is wrong, that your narrative is right, that he is just such a terrible person for this, and you're the complete victim. The truth is probably not that. I know that you feel like it's probably that, but the whole thing is like there's your side, there's his side, and then there's the truth. I have found that to be the case in every scenario. It is never as cut and dried as, oh no, he's lying and I'm telling the truth. It has never been like that. There is always truth to be found in what both people have to say. And I want you to just accept that that can be the case. You being right doesn't necessarily mean that he's completely wrong, is what this actually comes down to be. You want to be saying that you're right, and so then he has to grovel and say that he's wrong, but that's not real productive for a relationship, for connecting, for being close to one another. It doesn't really work. Does that make sense to everybody? Hey, Kitty Cat, I see you over there. Hi, glad you're here, girl. Does that make sense to everybody? It's a little confusing. It is. Um, but you can't make somebody believe your version of events is the only valid version of events because it's not. It is not their version of events. Whatever has happened inside their own head is their reality. It is their perception of what has happened. And so you can't convince them that their perception isn't real. You can say it, but it's not gonna work. Right? Does that make sense to everybody? Let me know if I need to explain that a little bit better. It's a little complex. It is. It's hard because I'm saying to work on your part. I'm not blaming you at all for this happening to you. I'm just saying from right now forward, you're in control of whether you are just deciding that you're just going to be bitchy about it for the rest of your life. You're going to just be salty and be mad and let it fester inside you for the rest of your life. Or are you going to chill? Are you going to forgive? Are you going to release it? Are you going to feel better? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying take responsibility for their actions. I'm saying just take responsibility for your actions from here forward. Regulating your own emotions, recreating your story with your honey, and celebrating that you can do that. All right. And then being an inspiration to other people. All right. Let's see. Oh, hey, Joni. By the way, I meant to tell you, I sent you a thing. Your journal and your pens should be there this weekend. All right. I sent you stuff. Amazon had the same journal. It's a different color, but same journal, and it's paperback. But that's all right. When I stumble across the bin with the actual journal in the envelope from the mail, I'll go ahead and send it to you too. All right. All right. This week I have been working on a handout for the Dreams Formula. I'm almost finished with that. Either late tonight, early tomorrow, that's going to be all done. So be looking for that link in the group, and then be looking for, if you've given me your email address, I will send it to you, send you a link to click on that in your email too, if we are connected that way. All right. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So, any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything going on with you want me to talk about? Anything about this healing game? Let me see. We're dwindling down here. All right. I guess it's one of those nights. We're a little tired. Doggone moon, man. Making everybody not want to talk to me tonight, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm glad for everybody that has come and has chatted with me tonight. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Last thing then. is we are going to work on our affirmations. Okay. I need you to be doing that. I need you to be working on that every day. I need you to be every day as constant as the thoughts are of negativity, as constant as what if he's still cheating? Or I don't know if I can trust him. As often as that is, I need you to come back with an affirmation. Okay. I need you redirecting your brain every time it goes off into, oh, woe is me, sad, sad story. Every single time, I need you to flip it around with an affirmation. Make your brain obey you. Make it stop saying terrible things and start saying good things. All right. So I need you to be working on your affirmations. Be doing that every day. Now, whatever you tell yourself, whatever you say to yourself, on a regular basis is an affirmation. It does not matter if it's a terrible thing that you're saying. You are affirming that terrible thing. All right. We need to be very mindful of that. We need to be mindful of how many terrible thoughts are going through our heads and how many of them we're just letting slide and just believing to be true because they're there. All right. We need to be checking those thoughts on a day to day basis, turning them in a different direction, making our brains do what we want them to do instead of just going on ahead and running on their regular program. All right. We got to get back in control of these brains. It's part of the regulation of our emotions. Okay. For an affirmation, simple, simple thing. Look yourself in the eye like you mean it. And say this with conviction. Say it like you believe it more than anything in the whole wide world. Say it like you're saying it to your best friend and you want her to truly believe that this is how you feel. All right. I need you to be working on that. I need you to be working on lying to yourself convincingly, even if it starts off as a lie. Okay. Even if the affirmation to you starts off as a lie. Number one, you could find somebody in your life who loves you and who will say to you, that affirmation is true. I don't know why you think it is a lie, but it's true. Also, you will start to convince yourself that it is not a lie the more you repeat it. If you are consistently, 100 times a day saying how wonderful, how beautiful, how special, how happy, how lovely you are, your brain will start to believe that. It will start to give you confirmation bias about what you are saying you believe, and it will give you evidence of what you're saying. Okay. So we need to be working on that daily. Okay. So I will give you an affirmation. Ooh, today I am excited. Today is going to be the best day ever. I know that's right. I love that one. I am all the way for that. That is a good one, right? Today I am excited. Today is going to be the best day ever. All right. Tell yourself that you can actually transform anxiety into excitement by telling yourself it's excitement. Because you know what? It's no different than excitement. You can feel anxiety, and if you pay attention, it feels extremely alike to excitement. Your body can't tell the difference. And if you tell your brain that it's excitement and not anxiety, then your brain can't tell the difference either, and it will believe you. So when you're feeling anxious, when you're getting all tight, you're getting all knotted up, try to convince your brain that you are super excited because something great is about to happen. All right. Because you know that feeling that you get right before a thing happens, right before something good goes down. You're anticipating it, you're excited about it. That feeling inside your body, your belly quivering, your heart thumping, feeling a little breathless, it's the same exact feeling as feeling anxiety. All right. So it could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you say. So if you tell yourself all the time that anxiety, nope, nope, that's not anxiety. I'm just so excited because something wonderful is about to happen. I don't know what it is. I might be about to win the lottery, or I might be about to fall head over heels in love again. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling it. I'm excited about it. You tell your brain that, your brain will believe you. It's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing that our brains will actually believe what we tell them to believe. All right. So today I am excited. Today is going to be the best day ever. Oh man, I got to tell myself that one during the full moon because like I said, I complain. Everything is bad within the full moon. I just want to complain about everything. So I will try and work on that one myself. Today I'm excited. Today is going to be the best day ever. I'm going to carry that one into my week. Are you going to carry that into your week? I hope you do. All right. Anything else that you want to talk to me about? Anything in particular going on? I see you over there on Instagram. You got any questions for me? I love to answer the questions about healing and reconciling after infidelity. Yeah, my little freebie, it is the dreams formula. I wrote it all down. I know I've been saying that I'm going to write it down forever, but I wrote it all down, and right now I'm just designing how I want the freebie thing to look. But if you check this page tomorrow, you should be able to see the link to go and get yourself a copy of the Dreams Formula, so you have it on you. Okay, you remember what this path is supposed to look like, and you know what steps you need to take every single time you're having a problem. You can come back to the Dreams Formula. It's gonna help you. All right. All righty, y'all. I guess that's it. I don't see any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Mama Con, I see you over there. I see Kitty Cat. Elise, Karen, Felicia, I'm so glad that all of you are here with me. Thank you so much for joining me, Sherry, for the Healing Hour Live. I will be back again next week, 9:30 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Instagram, on my Facebook group, Love After Cheating. Go join if you haven't joined, and on my YouTube channel, my Love Coach Dasha YouTube channel. So I will see you back here again next week for more of the Healing Hour Live. In the meantime, do your deep breathing, do your journaling, be grateful every day. Write it down in your journal. Stop asking all those questions. And if you're going to ask a question, ask a good one. Don't do what the fear tells you to do. Do your affirmations. And I think that's it. I love you, and I'm so, so proud of you. You all go ahead, make sure that you keep working on getting on down the healing path, and I'll meet you here again next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. Bye over there on Instagram. Darn internet. Oh, it was going in and out. That's all right. You'll still be able, you can come back and watch it. Hey, if you got any questions, Mama Khan, I'm gonna answer anything for you. You send me a message, okay? All right, girl. Bye on Instagram. And bye over here on Facebook and YouTube. Bye.